There's a key sitting in a drawer somewhere that you don't even know exists yet. And in exactly 31 days, that key is going to unlock the door to a home that will change the entire trajectory of your life. I'm not talking about some distant future fantasy or vague spiritual metaphor. I'm talking about December. This December, the one that's already knocking on your door. And before this month ends, you're going to pack up your current reality and step into a living space that heaven has been preparing while you've been praying. In the next 45 seconds, I'm going to show you exactly why this specific December is your divinely appointed moving month. And by the time you reach the final words of this message, you'll recognize the unmistakable signs that your relocation isn't just possible. It's inevitable. What I'm about to reveal goes far beyond finding a new apartment or buying a different house. This is about understanding how God uses physical relocations to position you for supernatural elevations. How He moves you geographically to align you spiritually. How He changes your address to change your access. The place you're going to live next isn't random. It's not just whatever you can afford or whatever happens to be available. It's a strategic positioning by the Creator of the universe, who knows that where you lay your head at night directly impacts what you can reach for during the day. Welcome to God's Prophecy Message channel, where we don't just talk about blessings. We reveal the specific details of how those blessings are manifesting in your life right now. If you're watching this for the first time, I need you to subscribe immediately and turn on all notifications, because what's unfolding in the next several minutes is going to give you clarity about a transition that's already in motion, whether you fully see it yet or not. Before we dive deeper into this revelation, I need you to activate your faith through participation. Go to the comments section right now and type these 3 words: new doors opening. Not just as a casual comment, but as a prophetic declaration over your living situation. When you type new doors opening, you're agreeing with heaven's plan for your December relocation. You're announcing to every spiritual force, every natural circumstance, and every limiting situation that you're ready to walk through the doors God has been preparing. So pause for just a moment, type new doors opening in the comments, and then come right back, because I'm about to show you exactly what your next home looks like and why December is the divinely appointed month for this transition to happen. Let me start by addressing something you've been feeling but haven't fully articulated. There's been a restlessness in your current living space that has nothing to do with the physical structure and everything to do with spiritual misalignment. You've tried to make it work. You've rearranged furniture, changed decorations, created routines, but something fundamental feels off. That's not dissatisfaction. That's divine redirection. God doesn't make you comfortable in places you're meant to leave. He creates a holy discomfort that propels you toward your next assignment. The unease you've been experiencing in your current home isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. It's a sign that something's right with God's timing for your transition. Genesis 12 verse 1 records God telling Abram to leave his country, his people and his father's household, and go to the land I will show you. Notice God didn't give Abram the full address up front. He didn't provide a detailed map or GPS coordinates. He said, go and I'll show you. That's exactly what's happening in your life right now. God has been stirring your spirit to prepare for movement. And now, in December, the revelation of where you're going is about to become crystal clear. The location has already been selected. The space has already been prepared. The timing has already been set. All that's left is for you to recognize the signs and step into the transition with confidence and faith. Here's what most people miss about divine relocations. They think moving is just about finding a better place, a nicer neighborhood, more square footage, or lower rent. But when God orchestrates a move, He's thinking about who you need to become in that space, who you need to meet in that area, what opportunities you need to access from that location, and what old patterns you need to leave behind in your current address. Your next home isn't just shelter. It's a strategic command center for the next season of your life. It's the physical environment that will support the spiritual elevation God has planned for you. It's the place where prayers will be answered, where breakthroughs will happen, where divine connections will be made. and where the fullness of your purpose will begin to manifest in ways you've never experienced before. Think about it this way. When God wanted to elevate Joseph from prisoner to prime minister, he didn't just change Joseph's title. He changed Joseph's location. Joseph went from a dungeon to a palace, from a cell to the second highest position in Egypt. The physical relocation was inseparable from the positional promotion. When God wanted to prepare Moses for his leadership assignment, he moved Moses from Egypt to Midian, from the palace to the wilderness, because the wilderness was where Moses would learn dependence on God rather than dependence on Egyptian resources. When God wanted to position Ruth for her destiny with Boaz, he moved her from Moab to Bethlehem, from a foreign land to the very place where her kinsman redeemer was waiting. Location matters to God because location affects access, influence, relationships, and opportunities. Now here's where this gets specific to you in December. The reason this particular December is your moving month has to do with divine timing that's been orchestrated over the past several months or even years. Think back to this time last year. Think about where you were mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. You weren't ready then for where you're going now. You needed the past 12 months to develop certain qualities, to learn certain lessons, to build certain resources, to release certain people, and to prepare your heart for what's coming. December isn't random. It's the culmination of a year-long preparation process that's been positioning you for this transition. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 tells us there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Verse 5 specifically mentions a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. These verses aren't just poetic. They're prophetic instructions about knowing when to hold on and when to let go, when to stay and when to move, when to plant yourself and when to uproot yourself. Your current living situation had a season, and that season has an expiration date. December is that expiration date. The lease you've had on your current space, whether literal or spiritual, is coming to an end, and the new lease on your next space is about to begin. Let me paint a picture of what your next home looks like, because God has been showing me details that will confirm what you've already been sensing in your spirit. Your next living space has more natural light than where you are now. There are windows that let in sunlight during hours when your current place feels dark. This isn't just about aesthetics. This is prophetic symbolism. God is moving you from a season of spiritual darkness into a season of divine illumination. The light in your new home represents the clarity, revelation, and understanding that's going to flood your life in this next chapter. You're going to see things you've never seen before. You're going to understand things that have confused you for years. You're going to receive insights that transform how you see yourself, your purpose, and your future. There's also something about the layout of your next home that creates better flow. Your current space has dead ends, awkward corners, or areas where energy seems to get stuck. Your next place has natural circulation. This isn't coincidence. This is God designing your environment to mirror the spiritual flow He's establishing in your life. Where you felt stuck, you're going to feel movement. Where you felt blocked, you're going to feel breakthrough. Where you've experienced stagnation, you're going to experience acceleration. The physical flow of your new home is going to support the spiritual flow of your new season. I'm also seeing that you're next. Location positions you closer to something you've been praying about. Maybe it's closer to a job opportunity, closer to a community you need to be part of, closer to family members who need you or whom you need, or closer to resources that are going to be essential for your next level. This proximity isn't just convenient, it's strategic. God is shortening the distance between you and your destiny. He's removing unnecessary travel time, reducing wasted energy, positioning you within reach of what He's prepared for you. Psalm 68 verse 6 says, God sets the lonely in families. He's not just giving you a new address. He's giving you a new proximity to the people, places, opportunities that are part of your divine assignment. Now let me address something that might be causing anxiety as you contemplate this December move. You're worried about the finances. You're thinking about deposits, moving costs, first and last month's rent, utility setup fees, and all the expenses that come with relocation. You're looking at your bank account and wondering how this is going to work. Let me speak directly to that concern. When God initiates a move, He provides the resources. You're not responsible for figuring out how.